You never know what's around the corner. It could be everything or it could be nothing. You keep putting one foot in front of the other, and then one day you look back and you've climbed a mountain. Hi, I'm Linda Watson-Call. I'm so glad you could join me for today's episode of Dragonfly Soup. One of the conversations that I have with students is about their future. It used to be high school students who were concerned about going to the right college or not going to college at all. Now I find I'm having these same conversations in middle school. I'm not sure if these kids are maturing earlier or if they're getting more pressure, both at home and in school, to decide on a career and then take the necessary steps to reach it. Too often, those steps include going to college. We have 7th graders who are struggling with concepts like biodiversity, climate changes, graphing a slope, or writing a properly structured essay. And now we're adding career choices and colleges to the mix. That's a lot for someone who just turned 13. Now, I talk about goals all the time because we need to think about our future while we're acting in the present. Everything we do today can have an effect on where we are tomorrow. But we shouldn't feel pressured to always make the right moves. Doing something that others consider a wrong move could end up being the best thing that ever happened to us. Take penicillin. The antibiotic was accidentally discovered in 1928. Andrew Fleming came back to his lab after going on a vacation. He found green mold, which he started calling mold juice, growing in a petri dish. The odd thing was, this mold juice was killing the bacteria that he was trying to grow. So he started growing more mold juice and discovered that this mold would prevent bacteria from reproducing, in essence, killing it. What looked like a mistake turned into the great discovery for medicine. So what does penicillin have to do with college and careers? As I was explaining to a young girl who stayed after class last week, going to college immediately after high school isn't the only option. Some of us need to take a break from school. It could be the right time to try a new job or volunteer in a different area before deciding which path is best. What if Fleming was a workaholic and didn't take that vacation? Mold juice would have never had the opportunity to grow, and penicillin would not have been discovered. At least, not at that time. Timing is everything, but it's not always as critical as we think it is. Now, if you're an adult who still has that dream that you had when you were younger, start now. Start looking at ways that you can accomplish it. Now, you've heard me say this before. I loved and wanted a horse as a youngster, but it didn't happen until I was much older. I took my first riding lessons when I was in my mid-30s. I bought my first horse, 2 horses, when I was 51. My friends thought I was crazy. Maybe I was, but I've been crazy with happiness ever since then, enjoying my horses and giving riding lessons to young and not so young riders. If I had gotten my first horse at a young age, there's no guarantee I'd still have horses today. Sometimes we need to figure out what direction we really want to go in. And sometimes, even though the direction is right, we end up changing our course because life, as we know, gets in the way of what we think we want to do. Tom Hiddleston, an English actor, film producer, and musician, put it this way: "You never know what's around the corner. It could be everything, or it could be nothing. You keep putting one foot in front of the other, and then one day you look back and you've climbed a mountain." We all have a path that we think we want to travel on, and as long as it's right for us, then that's the path we need to take. Going back to those career choices, when I taught high school many years ago, I would tell the kids that college isn't right for everyone, and trade school isn't right for everyone either. Or choosing a career that doesn't require schooling past high school, that isn't right for everyone. We all know what we like to do, and what we would never ever want to do. That's why these decisions are made best by us. The path we are taking may look wrong to someone else, but you know what? That other person's path isn't right for us. What's important is that we all become productive members of society, that we consider each other's feelings and not judge anyone because it doesn't look right to us. We are all climbing our own mountain, and given the right support, we will all make it to the top. What about you? Did you do something that you really didn't want to do but felt pressured into doing it and then regretted it? Did you ignore the advice of others and do your own thing? In either case, how did it turn out? Please share, either in the comments or a private message, your experiences and whether you would, if you could, do it all over again. Be sure to click like for this week's episode, and while you're at it, share it with your friends. You might also want to check out our new gift shop where you can purchase gifts with our Dragonfly Soup design. The link is below. And I'll see you next week, right here on Dragonfly Soup. Here's to our transformation and our best year ever.